When I decided to start manufacturing, I started in a really small way, very small 1,000 square feet unit, and we had one cutter and two machinists. But the reason I went to Ipswich is because two companies had closed down. One, and they were two of the best companies, and actually, funny enough, both those companies were two of the most copied companies for designs. I might have mentioned this before, but if you wanted a 3-button jacket, you went to a tailor, he would copy what was known as the Lambourn block, which is this. Fairly narrow lapel, a little storm collar like that, and 3-button. This is the Lambourn block. And if you wanted a 2-button jacket, people copied the very conventional 1970s cut Jaeger block, because it wasn't extreme fashion, it was just a really good cut. Savile Row tailors copied the Lambourn block. An interesting thing about this is I made this, I've just found it in my storeroom. So I'm getting ready to start tweed production again. And I looked at this and I remembered that when Lambourn closed down, the receivers were in, and I went in to buy some machinery, and I was also interviewing a few people to select a little handful of their best machinists, and the receivers allowed me to have the run of the factory for a few days so I could use the factory. So I had people do samples for me, so I made a few garments while I was there, and this is one of those garments which is sentimental value. I'll probably not sell this. It was made from some cavalry twill, beautiful stuff. This stuff is never going to be made again, but it's probably left over in the factory from some order from, I don't know, 40, 50 years ago. Really beautiful stuff, and very typical Lambourn stuff. The first tweed jacket I bought myself in the 1960s was a Lambourn Paisley pattern. Now, because these were made for me, I've never put my own labels and things. I don't like clothing with any writing on at all, so I've never put labels on anything I've made. But this one, because it's made in the Lambourn factory, even though I'm responsible for it, has a Lambourn label. So this must have been maybe the last actual Lambourn label that was ever put in a jacket from that factory, because then it closed down. Yeah, sadly, all the machines got exported to Africa. I was able to buy some of the material that was left there, and that was it. The end of a really fantastic company. Same thing happened with Jaeger. A little bit more about Jaeger in a minute, but this is really super quality stuff. Cavalry twill with it. Nobody's going to make this stuff because the fashion business is just not interested in quality. One of the things that Lambourn were really renowned for was their pattern matching. Now, manufacturers and other machinists, that's one of the things you look at. You look at pattern matching to see that everything lines up perfectly. The line-up on this pocket is really absolutely beautiful. Again, you probably wouldn't get that on a lot of modern stuff now. And this is the storm collar, because if you're actually riding, this jacket has a deep bend at the back, so it's a usable riding jacket. You feel the wind in your chest. That's where it's cold. So like this old huntsman suit that I'm wearing, should be a little button here, and you can actually button the thing up, and it makes a big difference. You're much warmer if you keep the winds off your chest like that. So let's just take this one apart. I think I used some real silk on the lining of this one. Yeah, this is real silk. Probably not the best choice for lining, because this wouldn't be really hard wearing it. Before this jacket came to the end of its life, it would have 50 years of good use in this kind of material. But this silk lining is going to be short-lived, so it's just what I had available at the time. But I won't sell this jacket. It's got sentimental value. If it was my size, I'd be wearing it today.